Truth is one of the most basic and fundamental standards of Western society, yet the political mainstream has cheapened it down to preferred narrative rather than actual truth. In other words, according to the mainstream, truth is subjective and you can make it whatever you want it to be. This is a dangerous precedent to set because without objective truth, there is no right or wrong, there is no incentive to do good, and there is no criminal justice unless the crime fits the preferred narrative. The subjectivity of truth is often expressed through possessive phrases such as your truth or my truth, which essentially means your narrative of choice or my narrative of choice. There is no such thing as your truth or my truth, only the truth, which is God's truth. It is much easier for people who don't believe in God or another higher being to be convinced that this subjective way of thinking is legitimate, because without another higher being, the world is just every man for himself without any driving force to steer us in the right direction. These people tend to be less happy because it is human nature to want to be led in a general direction, and without being led by God, they are not being led at all. According to this mindset, my truth is my truth, your truth is your truth, there is no right or wrong, and nothing really matters. This is a recipe for feeling lost in life, which leads to a whole array of other problems. So why is it that the left wants truth to be subjective? Well, if you've been paying attention the last few years, the answer shouldn't come as a surprise. They want truth to be subjective because the actual truth rarely fits their agenda. For example, the truth about gun violence in our cities is that we have a mental health crisis caused by a number of factors, such as drugs, poverty, and father absence. But our leaders don't want to correct these issues because doing so would decrease the American people's dependence on those in charge. So instead, they decide that the truth, their truth, is that people shouldn't own guns. In case you don't see it, blaming guns for gun violence is like a student blaming their pen for the F they got on their essay. The point is, when the actual truth doesn't fit the narrative of the left, they create their own truth, which subjectivity of truth allows them to do.